Hi everyone, this video is going to show you how to provide unit feedback for your students based on the information you see in your Excel course dashboard. To get to your dashboard in your Excel course, you go to Course Information, and once there, making sure that your edit mode is on, you'll see the instructor dashboard at the top. Simply click on it and it will bring you to your dashboard roster. Here you'll see your students that have already begun some activity in their learning path. So simply click on the first name and you can scroll through each one to see if any of them have completed a unit that you can then provide feedback for. To see if a unit's been complete, the unit will say 100% here to the side. And that's when you know it's been done and you can provide your feedback. In this case, this student has completed 3 units, so we're ready to give her feedback on each of these 3 units. To provide feedback, take a look at the unit detail by clicking on the unit name, and you'll see some additional information about how the student performed. You'll want to pay particular attention to the number of attempts the student took for each one. A low number, like this last one here, indicates that they were successful on their first attempt, and hopefully means that they have a good understanding of this objective. Higher numbers, like these first 2, show that they had to take it many times in order to pass, and might have struggled with the material. You'll also want to make a note of the number of resources they used. The green bar indicates the percentage of resources they used. The further across it goes, the more resources they used. The shorter it was, the fewer resources they used. And lastly, if you see a 0 with a green check mark, that means that they accomplished this from their diagnostic assessment and did not have to work on it within their learning path. So when you give your feedback, you're going to explain what this unit is talking about, why it's so important for their final project, and reflect a little bit on their performance. For anything that they completed from the diagnostic, you might want to give some additional information or advice to make sure that they feel prepared, since they didn't actually have to go through it in the learning path, but also respect that they probably do have some prior knowledge for that particular objective. Once you've understood how their performance was for that unit, you can go to the Grade Center and provide the feedback. I would suggest opening a second tab or second window so you can toggle between the 2 separately. So here we are in a second tab, and you can go to the full Grade Center and find the student. So for the student that you're working on, we'll take the second student here to show an empty block, and we'll do Unit 1 feedback. You would select this drop-down arrow and click on View Grade Details. Once you're in View Grade Details, you'll see that there's the Feedback to Learner area and also a grade. All unit feedback just gets a grade of 0. The student will not see a 0 in their My Grades area. They'll simply see a green check mark. That green check mark means that you have seen their completed unit and you've provided some feedback. And then you would type your feedback here. Again, you want to use this space to reflect on the importance of the unit, how the work from the unit is going to be applied on the final project, and also reflect on their performance within the unit. This is your chance to show your personal presence, your instructional presence, and your intellectual presence. So be sure to review the elements of the instructional practices rubric to familiarize yourself with how you can achieve those in this space. Once you type your message to your student, you can click Save, and it will be automatically saved in the Grade Center, and the student will be able to see it when they log in to their course and click on My Grades. Once you've done that, you can go back to your dashboard, do the same thing for any other units that might have been completed since your last check-in. In this case, the student had 2 others. And when you're done with that student, you can go up to the top right-hand corner, toggle to the next student, and see if they have anything completed. They may and they may not. I would recommend doing this a couple times a week so that our feedback is never too delayed. Ideally, we want to get our feedback to students 4 days or less from the date that they completed it. This will help them apply their learning from the unit as quickly as possible to their research and writing, that they'll be doing in their final projects in the course, and it will help keep them motivated. One thing that I've done is I've created an Excel spreadsheet so I can keep track of when units were completed. So I simply have my class list, each unit up at the top for my course, and I write in the date that the student completed it. And then once I've given feedback, I mark it with a green highlight. That way I know who I still have to give feedback to and who I've already done. To see the date that something was completed, if you open up the unit, you can see the dates for each learning objective by opening up each one, and you can see the date that all the attempts were took. And going down, if we go to the very last one with attempts, you see in this instance, the student took all of them on the 1st of January, so I would enter the 1st of January if I were keeping track in an Excel spreadsheet. This way, you have a very easy way to see who's due for some feedback and who can maybe wait another day or two if you can't finish it all in one day. And that's all you need to know for how to give feedback based on your Excel dashboard information. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact your team lead. Thanks.